Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live Sunday night, MUFC Unfiltered podcast. I'm with the brothers. We got Ash in the building. Ash, how are you first and foremost?
Yeah, I'm all good, all good. Old chat's doing well, you boys. Double A, flawless. Yourself, Saeed. Seen you've been enjoying yourself down there in London. You know, having to take a bit of stick from the rivals, though. You know, no one wants to be listening to all that nonsense. But listen, you can't deny them at the moment, can you? We're awful, and you got all these men turning us down. That, but myself, yeah, I'm good. It's cold. It's getting cold now. We're getting into that big depression with the weather, and
it's cold.
It's cold,
man. Yeah, man, definitely cold, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here, man. Double A with the kits, man. You know what I mean? The array of black kits in the back. You know what I mean? My favorite one's got to be the one behind you, the blue and black one, man. The Wayne Rooney one. I remember Arsenal game when he destroyed them at the Emirates, man. That was
the counter-attacking goal. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's actually got one of my favorite players on the back. It's got Raphael on the back of that.
Raphael. Okay.
Yeah, man. I've gone for black because obviously we're in a state of mourning, aren't we, boys? So
yeah.
I was gonna make that joke. I thought I'd leave you to it. I was gonna make that joke. Yeah.
You knew I had something lined up.
Yeah, 100%.
But honestly, it's good to be back. Obviously, I missed a week. I don't like missing this show. It annoys me. But
big up, man.
You know, Saeed making everyone go early and stuff. Apparently, Saeed makes everyone come early. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, big up, man. Big up to you.
Did you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? We just gonna bypass that one. Yeah, like he didn't.
I know. Yeah.
I'll do it for you, flawless. Hey yo.
But now, big up to you, Double A, and I'm flawless, man. The hardest working YouTuber out here, man. What you saying?
I'm trying to be like you, Saeed, man. I'm trying to be on stages, selling tickets. You know what I'm saying? Do face-offs and all that type of stuff. Like I said, I wish I could. If there was more time, I would have been there. You know, I would have definitely pulled up to that. But now I see you out here working hard. But big up for having me on here. Big up to Ash, Double A as well. Always as bad as Managerial United are. This is the one United show that I genuinely do look forward to. Like, this is the one as bad as we are, because I always know it's going to be good. Like, and I feel better after the show rather than before it, because we're normally talking about a disappointing United result.
Yo, trust me. United will ruin that weekend.
How
good does that feel?
Yeah, so yeah, big up, man, every time.
Big up, man. Big up Omar B as well. Big up Saeed, Flawless, Ash, and Double A. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Hit the like button, people. Over 500 here already. Hope you lot are good. Like I said, it was in London, but it's back to the grind, man. I'm back to talking about this depressing club. Like, let me ask you, Mandem, like, has it like, are you still thinking like, yo, like, this brother's still here? Like, he's on holiday right now, just chilling. Like, we're 14th, and like, it's like everything's calm, like too calm. Like, yo, like, it should be like, yo, we should be hearing that the players are training, the players are, you know, they're working hard. And listen, people can have a rest and whatnot. Yeah, cool, innit? But man, then we're 14th, bro. Like, people are reminding me.
Do you know, before we start the show, because I've got an apology to make, by the way. Jadon Sancho, I apologize, brother. I didn't see the vision. You saw the vision and got the hell out of there, bro. Listen, I've said some things about Jadon Sancho, rightly or wrongly. Listen, and again, it goes to show sometimes you get things wrong in this game.
Absolutely.
Listen, he did what needed to be done to get out of Manchester United, and I was fully going to do this last week if I'd have been here, but yeah, man, bro, it winds me up so much. This guy is sat on the beach eating a bag of Lay's, thinking how he's gonna screw us over. So it's not the only thing getting laid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
bro. How the hell? Can I address something in the chat?
Yeah, of course.
So someone saying racism is real, brother. I'm mixed race myself, bro.
Yeah.
People don't know that Double A's pops is a yardie, you
bro.
know?
He's a yardie. He's a proper yardie.
That's a yardie.
The last thing I had a reason to have a go at Jadon Sancho was because of the color of his skin. Let me tell you that for one.
No, definitely.
Besides that,
idiots, man. Oh Lord.
Yeah, but yeah, mate, I don't understand how he's still here. You know, the only thing I can think of is they just giving him more reason to hang himself and let it get worse before it really, really goes. I think he has to be on borrowed time. And the reason why I say
Borrowed
this,
time. It's more than borrowed time. This is like, bro. Like, I don't know. Is there anything worse than borrowed time? Like, is it like there's something more surely worse than that?
No, because the patterns are there, bro. Because this is the exact same that happened with Ollie. Because that international break after the Watford game or Liverpool game? It's a Liverpool game, wasn't it? And they were like, he has to go. And the club just shut down, similar to this, for 2 whole weeks. Shut down for 2 whole weeks, and we didn't hear nothing. So I can only imagine now, like, of these games we've got, if they give him 6-7 games, realistically, 2 or 3 wins, and I still don't think he's going to make it until Christmas. And he can't do, because I think the tide's already turning, and he's always one really bad result away from getting a sack in the media and the fans' eyes. So how sustainable is that be? And I've had arguments this week with family members, friends who want the Ten Hag to have more time. Yes, I know. I say family members; they might not be.
There are people out there. You're right. I've seen people, and it's crazy. It's ludicrous.
100%. So, I say to them, why is it he needs more time? What is it you're seeing this season alone? Go off this season. Don't mention trophies to me, because that's it's a fallacy. It doesn't exist. So this season, what are you seeing to make you think that in any way he can turn it around? Because are we going to go on a 10 to 15 game unbeaten streak under this manager at this current time? For me, absolutely not. So we can't do a 3 wins loss. 4 wins, 2 draws. If you've got to turn your mic off, Ash.
I love this show, you know.
Yeah, this show. That's
what it is.
Let it out, man. Let it out. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good.
So I mean, you know, I just think he's on borrowed time. So unless you can show me examples or reasons why you think he could go on a 10-15 game run, because that's what we're going to need now to really push him. People can say we're 14th, but we're only 6 points behind 4th place. Is, for me, it's not good enough. And the where we are is indicative of how bad this manager is. And I can only see it getting worse this season before we have to get rid and cut our losses and get whoever it is in to try and salvage a season. Because I said it to you at the start of the season, I can't waste another season. I can't sit here,
trust me,
and waste another season. It's not fair on the fans. And I selfishly, I can't be asked, mate. That's the truth, honestly.
Yeah, facts. Big up, Craig says, been a United fan 33 years, and this is the first time I'm free to watch the games due to a manager. Taking all the joy out of the club I love. Big up, Sucha. Big up, Saeed and the panel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the fan. People doing big things, and let's enjoy the ride. And Yusuf says, big up, Eric Ten Hag couldn't set up a TV stand. He needs to go, and even Saeed got the sack at the Domino's. Inzaghi's a man. Pay what it takes. You know, that was one of the questions, right? That I was going to ask everyone. Like, can Ineos attract top managers at Man United? Like, can they attract it? Sorry, can they attract like a top manager? Like, because we're hearing that the Stuttgart manager got approached, rejected. Inzaghi approach rejected. Like, do Ineos have the capabilities of actually saying, you know what? We're going to get someone in and we're going to do it. Tuchel. England are flirting around now, maybe Tuchel and whatnot. Like, what do you man think? Are we giving excuses to Ineos? Like, or are they just not capable right now of getting someone in? Like, what do you man think? Flawless, go ahead.
You said it there. They're just not capable. We've been having these conversations, in particular during this international break as well, and I've heard people trying to give excuses, people trying to give reasoning as to why Ineos have kept him, why Ineos are doing what they're doing. There's no logical thinking behind it. There's no sensible thinking behind it. These people are just incompetent. That's just what it is. You know, you just call someone who's stupid. That's what you just have to do with Ineos. We just have to admit that. Then, and I know many people don't want to admit because they backed Ineos and they thought that Ineos was good. Just look at all the evidence. If the Glazers would have done exactly what Ineos have done during this period of time, we would have slaughtered them. We would have absolutely slaughtered them verbally, and rightfully so. But because it's Ineos, people want to give him. Why do we want to give him leeway? They kept the people that we wanted to get rid of. That right there is a red flag in itself. But for whatever reason, majority of our fan base were like, oh, let's give him a chance. Fuck that. Why? Based off of what? Yeah, man, Ineos will tell you how much of a mess Manchester United are and how much work they have to do. Who caused us to be in that state? The Glazers. But then Ineos did a deal with them and then decided then to, all right, we're going to get rid of the manager. We're incapable of finding another manager, which is terrible in itself. The way we just bypassed that, the fact that they couldn't get a capable manager in, then decided to keep the manager, then have had the terrible results, then had this meeting. And the worst thing about this meeting is the wall of silence after it. They even come out and said, that's the worst part.
That's the worst thing about it.
Like, my expectations were, you know what? The meme, we've all seen it. My expectations were low, but holy fuck. That's how I feel about Ineos. As bad as I thought they was. They've even like, but even if they would have came out after the meeting and said, "Nah, we're sticking with him," but it's the wall of silence. It's cowardly.
Yeah,
it's cowardly because Ratcliffe quick to do interviews when he's taking over the club. He's quick to do sit downs with the BBC and talk. He's quick to do interviews when he was talking and when he was on his boat. But now when we actually need to hear something, it's a wall. Like, very coward-like, very. And that's what I'd love to know is who in the meeting is fighting for Ten Hag to stay. When they go through the pros and the cons, what are the pros? You lot tried to get rid of him in the summer. So forget my opinion, forget anyone else's opinion, you lot deemed him not good enough in the summer. This is why you tried to replace him. So people need to forget the FA Cup win. People need to forget the letter that idiotic fan base decided to write to him. Because they ignored both of those things. Because if they agreed to deal with Tuchel in the summer, then Tuchel would now be the manager in charge. But they're just showing how incompetent they are and how terrible they are. And they've done this here. If you look at the other two football clubs they own, terrible too. Look at Nice. Look at the team, and I can't pronounce the team, but they got a team in Switzerland as well.
Yeah, I don't know who they are.
They're awful. It begins with L. I can't pronounce it, but they're awful too. It tells you all you need to know. But in regards to the question, can Ineos detract top managers? Yes, for two reasons. One, because it's Manchester United and it still holds a certain prestige, and we have the resources. And two, we'll pay you the big money. And when I say pay you the big money, that doesn't mean overpaying. We're going to pay you more than what you make elsewhere. And it's like, we're moving. Like 99.9% of people are moving if your money is doubled or tripled or whatever else. So yeah, in regards to it with the manager, we could definitely attract them, but we don't even need an elite manager. People have said that to me, Manchester United. We don't need an elite manager. How about we just get a competent coach? If we get a competent coach, we'll be all right. I don't even think there's that many elite managers out there. I think you can count on one hand. I think there's Ancelotti, I think there's Pep. I put Flick in that mix, Zidane, arguably Inzaghi, that's it. None of those are really attainable. But you can go and get a manager that's below that. And
sorry to cut you off. Even certain man like Unai Emery have gone from third tier to like second tier managers now. Because of the caliber of managers now, it's gone downhill. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Nah. Saeed, Unai Emery has always been a decent coach. You can't say he's
but he went from but if you look at 4 years ago,
but there was
second tier.
Yeah, bro, he was at PSG, right? And he's Villarreal, Sevilla. Yeah, the only reason people say things against him is because of his Arsenal stint, and we know how bad. Listen, he was that bad at Arsenal. Arteta won the trophy with his players, so he can't have been all that bad. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think to say he's gone from third to second, I think he's always been about second tier, but now I think he's proven that he could be upper echelon.
He'll get another shot, like another. I think if he carries on at this rate, another top club will come in for him and give him another shot. I like trying to win leagues and Champions League. And to that last comment you mentioned about the meeting being, because we all know it's scheduled, they have it on a monthly basis. And yes, it is about the media, but surely top of the agenda is Ten Hag. That's why they were all there. Yeah, they spoke about it. That's why they were all there. Traps mentioned it last week, or it was the week before, when he said they're all there like the jurors at a court case. Everybody is there at Villa Park. Why is everybody at Villa Park? It's not like it's a massive thing.
I think it's a facade, these.
They're watching.
It's just showing PR. It's PR, man. Bringing all of these guys in, making it look like they're better than the Glazers, making it look like they've got some sort of team behind them. Like, what are you there to watch? Like, what? Like, I just think it's all like, how can we prop up Ineos? Like, they're there. The Glazers weren't there, but they're there. Yeah, you're there, but you're not doing nothing. You are there and you're watching this shit, but you're not doing anything about it, man. Yeah, that's equally as bad. Because if the Glazer's not there, but they make a decision, but these guys are here week in, week out, they watch it, guys, but they don't do anything about it.
Do you know what I really need to start happening for the fan base? Is this, we need to stop this separation of the club and Ineos. Like, Ineos are a separate entity. we need to all remember it's just Manchester United. They are part of Manchester United, and part of Manchester United, and I'm gonna say it is the fucking Glazers. It's still the Glazers. And thinking that every decision made is solely on that new structure. It's not true, because this meeting apparently Joe Glazer came over, so the Glazers have still got their hands on everything, and this is why.
But Double A, they would have sacked him though. I think under the Glazers, just the Glazers themselves, because they were always pretty cutthroat. I think it's incompetence from Ineos's level. I don't think it's Glazer incompetence.
No, but I'm just saying they all shit out. They all shit in the same pot, mate. Do you know what I mean? The incompetence feeds incompetence. We still saw incompetence with the Glazers. The sacked managers. They've
at least they were cutthroat, though. Do you know what I mean? At least they were cutthroat. I mean, they made the wrong decision.
The last thing I'm doing is giving Rookwood and anyone.
It's true, though, isn't it? Let's be honest, Double A. He would have sacked him by now.
Yeah, it'd have been gone.
He'd have been gone.
He probably wouldn't have got he probably wouldn't have started the season. I think they probably would have sacked him.
That's what I'm saying.
But do you know why though? Do you know why? I think that it is probably because of the discourse of the whole fan base through that season. They'd listen to that more. Like I don't think the Glazers would look at a letter on Twitter. They would have seen.
They wouldn't.
Because they would have seen the thousands upon tweets of how bad this manager is doing, and Ten Hag out.
You would have seen the league finish though. Double A. Did you seen the league finish where we finished?
Exactly. But I think the league finish would be secondary to the public perception of how Manchester United are viewed with this manager. I think they look at the publicity, and if it's all negative, they don't want that, bro. They want to be seen as fantastic. That's why they wait till deadline day to put transfers through, because they're in the media eye. They talked about but in a positive way. They don't want to be looked at negatively. So I understand. Yes, he would have been sacked by the Glazers, but then I wouldn't have trusted them to get the right appointment. So obviously the jury's still out on Ineos, and I will forever be judging them harshly because they got into bed with my worst enemy. So the friend of your enemy is your enemy, essentially, at the end of the day. And that's what Ineos are to me. They're my enemy because they got into bed with the Glazers. So I can't, until they buy them out completely, I will always have one eye on them, thinking, what are you doing? And at the moment, mate, the decisions they're making, Bruno, a new contract, keeping Ten Hag, this waiting around, messing around. Even if he just come out and said he's staying, back him publicly on the Monday. Because why allow this discourse to continue? Because there's unrest in the fan base. Fan base are going loggerheads with each other, out in, whatever. You know, we need to. If you're telling me he's staying, as much as I disagree with it, that's absolutely fine. Because then at least I know where your standards are, which are on the floor, as much as many of the fans that want to keep this manager in. So I then know I can't expect too much from you because you don't expect too much from yourselves. So I'd rather know what they want to do, because then I can move on. I know if I have to fully just go and support Juventus.
What if their remit is just getting a trophy and just like it's not about league position? Maybe
we just know what it is, but the thing we do know is, like I stated, is they don't think he's good enough because they tried to replace him in the summer. That's why I don't understand the silence. I don't understand the loyalty towards him when, one, you didn't hire him, and two, you actively tried to replace him in the summer, which lets us all know you don't think he's up to the job. Again, it just comes back to straight incompetence and their standards being on the floor. Everything ties back into them not being good enough. That's what it is.
Yep.
Like point blank, period. And people can't accept that Ineos are just terrible. People really can't. I'm here to tell, like, that's just what it is. We can talk about it. People can try and find excuses and reasons as to why they're doing what they're doing. It comes back to incompetence. They are terrible at what they do. Because like I stated, if Glazers had done this, we would slaughter them. We would have slaughtered them if the Glazers did this. If they would have kept Ten Hag after the
That's
season.
the reason, Flawless, I allowed it in the summer. But I shouldn't. I made the biggest mistake here, allowing Ineos here, for some reason, to keep Ten Hag in, and we all just be like, okay. Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? They've made a decision. Like, that was a big warning signs, guy, that they allowed a manager to stay after 2.5 weeks of trying to actively sack him, then give him a contract, then say, right, cool, you're staying now, and you're then, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that is like, it's insane, you know, when you deep it, like, you know, just because you couldn't find the right man, you then said, oh, cool, we'll just keep him. Like,
and that's the problem in itself, Saeed. You know? The fact, if that is the excuse that we couldn't find somebody who we felt was suitable, that's terrible, because you know what's going to happen? Whoever the next manager is, I guarantee he was going to be available this summer just gone. There's no manager they're going to get Unless it's Zidane or Ancelotti, which is not happening. They're the only two that where you go, okay, they're acceptable. They weren't available in 2024. They're now available in 2020. There's no one. Whoever we're gonna go and get was available this past summer. There's nobody. Who's this? People I've heard people use that as an excuse, or maybe the manager they wanted to get wasn't available. Who?
Yeah.
Who's this magical manager that they couldn't? That was so tough to get in the summer 2024 that they can now get 2025. Tuchel was available because they spoke to Tuchel. They just can iron out a deal.
They're saying
that's what I'm saying. Are they
as well.
incompetent? Can they get a deals done? Can they get a deal done?
If you couldn't get Honus from Stuttgart, that's on you. If you can't get Stuttgart's manager, I'm sorry, you're just incompetent. That again ties back into the I word incompetent.
Is that true though, that report?
I take it with a pinch of salt because I know I've not seen anybody reliable say it. However, let's say hypothetically it is true. Let's discuss it. That's terrible in itself that you couldn't get the Stuttgart manager. No disrespect to Stuttgart.
Yeah.
That is awful. You couldn't sell a Stuttgart manager on your project.
It's actually mad, you know. Big up, Craig says, you lot understand social media more than me. Would Ineos look at fans' tweet and social media posts in regards to make a decision? Especially when you just come into your job. If you were there for a long time, then no. But if you've just come in and you need to make an impression, then I think, yeah, I really do. I think they do look at it.
Do I think they do it? I think they're incompetent enough to do it, yes, which is silly.
Yeah.
How about you just manage Manchester United? How about you just do your job and don't worry about what's going on with the fans, especially social media? How about you just do your job to your best of your ability? Because if Manchester United is successful, guess what you're going to get from all the fans? Praise.
And also, Manchester United do it. Manchester United done it for years. And like I said, yes, Ineos have come in, but the Glazers are still there. Do you think they're not still running the same, policies and agendas in terms of social media? United look at social media all the time for fan reaction. The biggest one is the fact we got Ten Hag from it because they wanted Poch. And the movement for Ten Hag from the fan base on social media
you're right.
is what swayed the club. United have been doing it for years. They pay people to go through social media and get fan opinion. They massively check it. Every club in world football will do it, mate, because that's the best way to tap into your fan base and how they're feeling. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know what's mad as well, yeah. Just that comment there, and what you're saying, like the fact that they look at it. I just think for me, it's again like who's running the ship as well, man, because. This, like, they're saying that, he wants to bring in Tuchel, but then you got Dan Ashworth and Omar Berrada. Like, I'm just starting to think, like, who's making what? Who's saying what? Who thinks what? Like, it would be better to clarify, like, what's going on, like, in terms of, like, who's getting overall say? Is it CEO? Because normally it was Ed Woodward that was sacking managers. I know it was obviously, you know what I mean? What's the word? Joe Glazer and there and Avram, whatever it was, etc., etc. They were the guys that would event, but you would see that the prominent figure was Ed Woodward. This one here, who's the prominent figure? Is it Dan Ashworth? Is it Omar Berrada? Is it Jim Ratcliffe? Like, do I not think if I'm the majority, if I'm the guy that's putting in the money, I should be then giving the final say? You know what I mean? Like, it's so like weird how
Jim Ratcliffe said to BBC this week that it's not his decision. He don't make the decision. It's down to the structure, but it has to be the CEO. I mean, but I imagine it's a case of the conversations like they had this week. But I dash a little salt on that in a pinch of salt, thinking was that because this meeting was planned anyway? Have people just put two and two together and assumed they were talking about Ten Hag when we were just having a normal meeting anyway? Like because. For nothing to come out about it, what they've said either way, because no one, even people with leaks inside, have not actually come out and said they're 100% backing him. This is this and this. So for me, I'm just like, was that even the case? So I think it definitely has to come down to Berrada, and Jim Ratcliffe has said it's not his decision. So I agree with what you're saying, mate. But I prefer not to know. The problem we've got is we know everything. Like Roy Keane was saying this week, why do we know about meetings? Why are we privy to when our board are meeting and having conversations? We shouldn't. Every other club, I don't know. I don't see Arsenal fans or Chelsea fans tweeting about when their board are meeting. And
trust me, it's true.
It's just Manchester United. We hear everything, and maybe it's because we're tapped into more of our club and we see more of the news and stuff like that. But bro, it just seems like everyone is talking about Manchester United all the time. I'm not saying that in an arrogant way because we're the biggest club in England or whatever
No,
like that. But it's just always a story. There's positive or negative. There's just always a story behind Manchester United. And I would love to be in a situation where everything was literally locked up, closed, and we don't hear nothing apart from when we need to know things. And we probably will never get that because, you know, as it's been said before, the media love to have stories about Manchester United because you've seen stories about players that haven't played for us for 10 years. But the first line is ex-Manchester United star because you know it's going to get headlines. It's going to get clicks.
You know what,
love
though?
it.
You know what, though? And big up Suge as well. Big up to everyone here, man. Make sure you lot are liking the video. 50% of views. We're on 301 likes. We're on 1.1K in the building. Smash the likes, people, man. But my thing is, they say it's a meeting, but they don't tell you what it is. They say they're having a review, but then didn't come to an outcome. They basically they're kind of lying to us, isn't it? Like, really and truly, like they're not really being honest in what they're saying. They're saying they're having a review, but they're not. Like, it's almost like I keep saying it's like a facade. Like, it's like just doing it just to kind of almost like be like, you know what, I'm doing something. You know, the man that they're in a group project here, but they like give nothing.
Pointing, but actually not doing anything.
I'm one of them. I was one of them guys in the group project.
Yeah, bro.
I was that guy. Yeah,
exactly. 100%. You know, there's always one person be like, "Yo, like I helped out, man." No, you didn't, bro. You did nothing, bro.
I didn't do nothing.
And that's what Ineos are. They claim to do something, but in reality, like Musa said, all they did was put the gas and electric on. That's all they did for us. That's all they did. Everyone else in the streets got it.
I said all they did was put the gas and electric on. That's crazy.
They put the gas and electric on. We just got gassed. We just went, yo.
You got gas because they put on the gas.
Bro, speak on that. That's all they did.
Be careful. That's got weird connotations. That, so you need to be careful about talking about getting gas and stuff. That's like, you know,
hey, don't believe you're my bro. I'm not hearing this from you. After some of them nightmares you've had, this is not what we do. Genuinely, man. After your one at the start of the show, yo.
I'm not.
You've had some nightmares.
United should have a football structure.
You talk about you just need to put your balls on the table and all that. Yeah, you've had some wild ones.
Sometimes that's what you do, bro.
It's you know what and I think for me it's like, you know, we have these guys in charge, but ultimately, you know, this like is a kick in the teeth like to every United fan, because if you were proud of your club for getting footballing people in, and listen, the word you know, footballing people is a bit, you know, it's a bit exaggerated, but I'm just saying people who are a bit more competent than the Glazers, in that aspect, you would say cool, like you're supposed to be proud of it. Now I can't lie, everyone's looking like fools because they are portraying something which isn't, you know what I mean? Like they're not portraying that they're best in class. They're not portraying that they have changed. They're not portraying that they are different to the Glazers. They're not. They are showing that they might be worse. They might be actually, you know what, like, you know, as incompetent. That's what they're showing right now.
Do you know what? I was watching shout out Staffy because he asked me to come on a stream last week, but I couldn't do it because
big up Staffy, man.
But he had Temi on, and Temi said, I wouldn't be surprised, or he had a feeling that maybe Ineos kept Ten Hag this season and just were happy to write the season off, right? And I was like, even in my worst fears, I couldn't imagine that anyone would go into it thinking that, because you think, well, just this first season we can write it off. We get where we get, we see where we go, and then we get our man at the end of the summer. Because that for me is such a scary game, considering the fact that not that I knew, but I foresaw the season we're having now happening. I knew we'd go straight. That FA Cup final was a one-off. Let me tell you, that was a one-off, because the months before that we were absolutely dog shit. The pre-season was absolutely dog shit, and then people are making excuses, saying, "Well, he's not got his players, he's not got this." Listen. When you've got a game plan and you've got a culture set in that you know how you want your players to play, from the youth players to the players that you've got available, will all play that way. We were absolutely terrible all throughout preseason. So I knew going into it, this season was going to just continue on from the dross that we've been served up for the last 10, 12 months. So for Ineos to then think, well, that'll be okay, it's fine, we'll just wait, really scares me if that's what fans are starting to think, because if your first season, first full season as part owners or this new breed, this new Manchester United football structure, to think you're happy to not get in the Champions League, lose 25 million off your Adidas deal, forget Champions League, see where we are and we go from there is massively worrying. I can't, as much as I might criticize them, I can't believe they'd ever do that. And they have it all to do. They have everything to do to win the fans over. And these fans that were just happy to
100%.
just happy to back them regardless of what they've done, without actually questioning the motives behind it and actually wanting a plan and wanting to see something first. And everyone can talk about, yeah, but they bought Barada in, they've bought Ashraf in, we've never had that before. That doesn't matter. What matters is it working. And from February when they came in to the end of the transfer window and allowed them, they made mistakes in that window. Let's not forget, Agate took far too long. No left back being brought in. Was an absolute mistake.
Fact, That's facts.
They've giving Bruno a contract. I'll say it again. Keeping Ten Hag. There's 4 mistakes they've made in the summer for me. So already, as much as you might say, well, this is brilliant. Listen, in your first summer to make this many mistakes, I'm sorry, but you really have it all to do. It's an uphill battle anyway to get Manchester United back where we all want them to be. I'm not saying where we deserve to be, but where we all want them to be and where we need to get to. And you're uphill battle already. And adding weight to your legs to drag you back down by keeping a manager that's not good enough is only going to show me that, for me, you're making massive, massive mistakes. It is alarming. Absolutely alarming.
United 14th, Nice 11th, Lusali 10th. Is that actually true? Let me check.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I checked it. Yeah, it's true. I don't know about the Nice. I think Nice are 9th, but in regards to all their teams being pretty much mid-table to lower mid-table, yes. And the last comment where someone said that the bad outweighs the good, like I said, they kept this manager.
7 games, 9 points.
They kept this manager after trying to replace him. So you understand he's not good enough, and then whatever reason was incapable of getting a new manager. And if they have decided to write the season off, it won't even surprise me, as bad as it sounds. What new laws? What does it set?
Yeah. Feels like they're tanking the club almost, Flawless. Do you know what I mean? Like they're trying to bring the shares down so that when they do eventually do the full takeover, it'll be cheaper for them. Do you know what I mean? It feels that bad. I mean, because it can't be this level of incompetence. I mean, it's been poor. The lack of transparency. One of the biggest things that fans complained about the Glazers was a little bit of transparency. Understood what was going on with our football club, where we were going, for them to speak to the fans. The fact that Ratcliffe, Ineos, we've not heard anything really from Barada other than like his opening statement. That's been about it. We've got no idea where we're going with the club, and we're just at a loss as to where we're going forward. And people talk about, well, we can't get managers, and there's no one out there. Xavi's out there relaxing wherever he is. Tuchel,
bro, I'd take him.
It takes Xavi all day. I mean, he's dealt with all the turmoil at a big club like that, the board and all that. So he understands what it takes to, manage a big team. Goes into his first league season, wins him a league title. But where we're at with Ratcliffe at the moment, it just feels like I just said, it feels like we're almost tanking the season. Like there's no reason not to move on from Erik ten Hag at this point. I mean, what have we seen with getting beat by Spurs 3-0? The game against FC20. I mean, there's been moments in the season, even the Porto game. There's been opportunities and moments to get him sacked. I think we're sticking with him for the long term. I can't believe that's where we're at now.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah, only 4 teams have scored.
Wait, what's that tweet?
Conceded.
Scored.
I swear down, someone sent me this about an hour ago.
Hey man, sorry, just reminiscing because the conversations we had about this before the season started, and now we're at 7 games in.
That is mad, man. Them. That only 4.
Let me go find that tweet. Yo, that's funny. Yo,
that's crazy.
It's 5 leagues. And honestly, one of them, Southampton, we scored 3 against. Like I said to you,
they're championship level side.
We got
That's
3 goals. This is bad, man. I can't believe this, bro.
It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. And people could talk about 7 games in, but it's not 7 games in, is it? It's 12 months. It's over 12 months. This has been going on for 12 solid months, and I'm not blinded. I'm not blinded by that FA Cup. I can never be blinded. As much as I love that day, I love that day was brilliant. Listen, I personally, I love winning the FA Cup, and to do it is always brilliant. But I'm not blinded by the fact, and to do it against City is even better. But the run up to that game was the luckiest run up. 4-0
against Palace. The 4-0 against Palace. Bro. That's where it should have been sacked. Like, how does any manager survive getting smacked 4-0 by Palace?
Bro, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know what they've seen. And people, there's a good comment in the chat and saying, you know, you want Xavi or Tuchel, but
want anyone? You take anyone over this manager?
But they were saying like, why run to a wrong decision? Take your time. They've been here since February. Do you know what? That's a lie, because in my head, as soon as it come out was it August 22 that Jim Radcliffe was calling the Glazers great people, and that's when it all started with this. He wanted to buy the club, and then in November it came out that they were looking for partial sale or full sale. For me personally, my own opinion, I'm not having it that he didn't know he was getting the club. What they've told him is, listen, we'll put it on the open market and see if the big offers come in. But if not, you can get your. So, bro, he knows he's been buying this club since 2022, and for him to then in Christmas Eve to say to come out that yes, we are buying the club, from then till the end of the season, not to look over it, watch it closely, and have a game plan to come in. Because I still tell you now, because when it got ratified in February, for him not to start that day with the structure to come in day one, bro. What have you been doing, Sit-on? You knew it was getting ratified, so what have you been doing for all season? Taking the piss, bro. Get your ducks in a row and come in from day one and hit the ground running, because that's what we needed. Because in February the season was on its ass anyway.
Right, it was on its ass.
Embarrassing the Champions League, out of Europe. So how are you not coming into the club from day one? And then it's this, we need to check a process. We need to have a review. We need to do this. Bro, what it sounds to me is you haven't got a fucking
the house is already burning, bro. What
you haven't got a clue what you're doing. But then
what have you ruined? Yo, the house needs to be knocked down. What is there to review? Look at it. It's a piece of shit. Like, let's knock this down, lay the foundations, and do all of this again. But hey.
But he's concentrated on a stadium, bro. Like, bro, yo, how are you gonna get a stadium with Ten Hag in charge? How are you gonna think we're gonna win the Premier League when you got Ten Hag in charge? These men are looking at the future as if now fix the short term right now. What can you improve Man United? What can you make sure that people want to go to Old Trafford, man? You wanna entice people to stay and renew their season tickets and make sure that it's actually a good place to come right now. Old Trafford right now ain't the place to come, my friends. You know what I mean? Like, it is. We're getting back to the
You know what? You need a 3 points, yeah?
Go on, so over the last two seasons, seasons, obviously our tickets have gone up 10%. I can see it going up for the next 5 years.
Of course.
Who's paying for that stadium? It's us, mate. And I had that survey come through, and my main issues, and I was saying every time, being priced out, because the Glazers especially, and like I say, they are still around. The Glazers don't want me, Flawless, Ash, or Saeed at the games. They don't want us there because we are local fans who come to the ground. Well, I know Ash likes a pie, but we come to the ground, we sit in our seat, we watch the game, we sit outside and talk to our friends and go home. What they want is that, and don't get me wrong, the lovely people that sit next to me, there's always 2 seats that are for day trippers, as people like to call them. And every single time it's people from the Middle East, from Africa. I always have a chat to them, find out where they're from, have a nice conversation, because I'm Mancunian and obviously I'm a nice person. But the big bags, 200, 300 quid in the mega store, they want 73,000 or 100,000 of those in this brand new stadium. They want people coming in every single time, different people who are going to spend hundreds of pounds every visit to make them money. They don't want us there. That's the problem. So we are only ever going to get priced out. It's all like saying go to Old Trafford. Soon they won't want Mancunians there. They won't people there. Season ticket holders. Because look what they're trying to do now with the tickets. It's locked to your phone. You can't pass it to your friends if you sell it to them. You have to go through the club. If you can't sell it, if they can't sell it for you, you're stuck with it. So you're out of pocket. So they're doing everything they can to really stop the die-hard fans coming to the game. But that's a football problem anyway. We know the match-going fan, the season ticket holders are really trying to be stopped going all the time, and they want the cash registers to ring for different people to come in from all over the world, or whatever it is. It's just a joke. But I know the stadium's only going to go one way, mate, and it's just absolutely rinsing the fans for every
Now,
penny
of
they're
course,
worth.
it's gonna be like Tottenham Stadium, innit? Where you got like you'll have like a bar inside, and it's keeping the fans in, and you'll have like NFL games and that. It'll just become a commercial, like entity. That's what it will become like, So, I mean, that's what it will be. But in the short term, like I said to you, man, we are in the pits right now, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I said, bro, man's got on holiday, bro. Like, where's the rest of the team? Like, there's a lot of players that went international as well, like, there's not a lot. Team shape. By the time you come back, is it the same tactics?
Yes.
Why is he not had a performance review with the manager as well? Like, is that not something that you then say, like, is the manager not involved in this performance review? Is he just kind of like not involved? Like, does he have to get things right and then communicate? Like, if you're an owner, I want you to, you're not sacking him, yeah, cool. But at least say to him, yo, brother, if you don't fix up and you don't change this and that and you're getting sacked. Like, yo, you got to talk to this brother. You're the boss. You are paying my man's wages. You are dictating what's going on. Performance review with your own staff. You know what they're on. You know what their jobs are. Man said performance review with them, man. Who gives a shit? Nothing. There's literally no point in having a performance review when the man in charge to have the performance review on is not there. Imagine that. Imagine having a performance review with the brother's not even there. He's on holiday sipping sangria.
Yeah. The hell?
It's true though, isn't
remote performance reviews. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like, yo, just link him in for our StreamYard, man. You're gonna say we can live stream it. Saeed TV. Let's do the 10 high performance review live on Saeed TV.
Okay, parents' evening. Bro,
Yeah.
You had to be there.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, I did have to be there. Yeah, unfortunately, because you know what, geez, yeah, you know what the parents is, you know what the teachers are gonna say. You already know.
Yeah, you ever seen that video of that girl that joins that Teams meeting and she's at the beach and then she's like, oh,
No.
bro. Well, that's what it's like about Ten Hag, because they're like, oh, sorry, boys. Clicks the picture off quick. Like, oh,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, what is it again though? What is there to review? What is there to review? Everything is staring you in the face all season long. You don't need to go and, all right, let's collect all the data, collect all the evidence, and let's put the pros and cons column. Like, we are fully aware, like, what are we talking about? It's just incompetence on their part. Ash has mentioned it repeatedly on this show and other shows. There's ample games and moments you look at where you go, yes, he should have been sacked there. It's more than double figures.
We've got Rude waiting there, Flawless. Like, we've got Rude waiting there. There's your plan B. Just activate your plan B. When is the time to activate plan B?
Activate the plan B. It's really not that difficult.
It can't get worse.
Yeah.
I reckon he's not a plan B then. If that's the case, and you think there's been ample opportunities, he clearly can't be the plan B. And for whatever reason,
Yeah, you can't.
They might not want to bring him in. Maybe they don't think he's good enough. But then again, you think, was Ollie ever good enough? Absolutely not.
You know what, Double A? Maybe Rude's got in there thinking, you know what, I will be plan B, and he's had a look round and he's thought, actually, not for me. This, I don't want to take this job. Do you know what I mean? This looks a little bit too messy for this. I'm not getting my name involved with this. I'll stay in the background, and if Ten Hag gets sacked, I'll leave with him out the back door. But listen, I'm okay. I'm not taking over this job.
Yeah, I think Rude would be smart to do that. From a permanent perspective, I think interim, it makes all the sense in the world. I don't think he's under much pressure from an interim role. Permanent, I hear you. Don't take this job permanently. Absolutely not. You've seen what's going on. 110%. But yeah, get to that Double A's channel and merch. What's going on? What merch? What's going on?
I've not. Hey,
the merch, man. The merch.
Hey, I don't know about. I've not said nothing about merch. Maybe he's got something lined up for me. I don't know. But
yeah. But that's a good question.
I was going to say something wild then. I ain't saying it. No, it's fine.
Yeah, you on a wild night.
No. It was, all I'll say is, it was a past. It's something I said in the past on a video. I was going to have that on a t-shirt, but
I remember.
I thought you was launching merch. About to say what's going on.
The ex-Leeds player, that's all I'll say.
But the thing is, though, Double A, say now, like their idea of turning, let's look at their idea of turning it around here, because you got Europa League, you got football. I don't know if they actually want to see good football. Have they ever said, we want to see good football? Is it just again about results? So if he wins the Europa League, we're in the Champions League.
Yeah, we're winning on Europa League.
Cup, 6-7.
Not winning us Europa League, though. Come on, Saeed. He ain't
what if they say?
We might have won a game in Europe yet, and he's winning us Europa League.
They've seen this brother. Listen, the facts are the facts. They've seen this guy win 2 trophies. Yes or no? 2 trophies, right? They're saying, you know what, though? At least this man is delivering trophies at Man United. So let's see if he could do it again. 3 in 3 years. Let's see if he could do it again. And then we are winning trophies, and we could say, you know what, United is winning trophies. Maybe they see it as that, like generally, because that's the only reason.
Confident, though. Yeah, but if they were competent, they'd look at the context of how we won them trophies. Like, they'd look at the lead.
They're not right now.
My issue with that is
because, like Double A said, you said February. Double A, they've been seeing it since February of 2023.
Yeah. I get that. So, but my issue with that is apparently Sir Jim's a lifelong United fan, right?
Yeah.
He should know then, as we all know, how important it is for Manchester United to perform in the league than it is in any other 100%. Competition. Because I think if you were to ask the majority of United fans, I think they'd rather win the league than even win the Champions League. I think most United fans would say, because to be the best in the best in your country shows over 38 games you've been the best team. The fact we had our worst ever Premier League finish last season, and I would think it's the utmost negligence if they've not at least spoken to Ten Hag and said, we cannot afford to have another season like that. The league has to be a priority. Cups are great. We understand that. Winning trophies is great. But we need to be a Champions League club. And to do that, we want you to do... Because, listen, winning the Europa League, as much as people say, oh, you never know. Because if you get a tricky away tie, over the league is where your bread and butter is, because you build up that consistency over the league. You take the league form and you can build on it and build on it and build on it. And then anything else outside of that is an absolute bonus. That's how I've always looked at it. Winning cups are great, but it has to be coupled with a great league run as well. And if you're not winning the league, you're competing at the very, very least. That's where I will continue to have my standards for Manchester United. I said it on Adam's channel the other night. United, in this country, United should be 1 or 2. For me, 1 or 2 in the league. We're the biggest club in the country. We should be 1 or 2. Anything outside of that, for me, is failure. And I understand where we are. I'm not saying we're there now. We should be doing that. But this is where I want us to be. This is where I look for us to be every single year. And if the manager can't get me there, he should not be at the club. That it's as simple as that. And I said, like I said, the video that was on Adam's channel, United are a top 3 biggest club in the world with Real Madrid and arguably Bayern Munich and Barcelona.
100%.
We should be every single year competing with them two. We should be up there with them two, round and about. And in the league, 1 or 2. Anything outside of that, for me, I'm sorry, is a massive, massive failure. And if a manager can't do that for 2 years, and in his 3rd year can't have us competing, and after 7 games, we're languishing in 14th place, scoring 5 goals. I am sorry, my friend.
Worst ever start.
He's beat his own record. He's beat his own record doing it. Bro, you are not the guy for me. You are not the man to take us there. And I don't see anything to suggest that he will ever get us there. Never mind this season. He doesn't look like a league manager.
Never.
So for me, there's no point even arguing about it. And he can't turn it around. What they need to do is look at it sensibly and say, can he turn it around? And if he can't do it, get rid of him. And I don't care who it is. At this point, mate, apart from Southgate, I don't give a fuck who comes in. I just want rid of this manager.
You know what? That's fact.
It's not an agenda. It's not an agenda, bro. I just don't believe in anything he's selling. He's selling the worst crack on the streets. He's killing people. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bad batch. It's just a bad batch.
Selling that Raising Cane crack. Bro, that's what it was in season. Was it season 1? Yeah, it was season 1. Yeah, when he sold the bad. Yeah, he sold the. He tried to stretch it.
I ain't buying what he's selling. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
he's got no excuses as well. His excuses are gone now. He's not got the injuries anymore. He spent the money. Do you know what I mean? He spent more than enough money than many managers would ever desire in this league. And the fact that he's coming to this season, he's had a worse season last season. Off the back, I'll say it again. His injuries aren't there. Those aren't the excuses anymore. We scored 1 goal at home all season at Old Trafford. The amount of times we come out in the first 5, you know, one of the biggest indicators to me of him just being a horrendous manager is, you know, when before you come out for a game, you get ready, you get hyped up. You know, that's when you have your message to your players. You get them all ready. They've got the game plan set. They've got everything ready to go, and then they come out and then they concede win in the first 5 minutes against Spurs. They come out against Porto after halftime team talks, concede win in the first 5 minutes. How many times have we seen them come out of halftime or early goals under this manager?
I've got a scenario here. I've got a scenario, which again, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. What about if they believe that none of their signings have worked out so far in terms of maybe, okay, Mazraoui has probably looked the best out of them. What if they believe that, you know what,
whose fault is that then?
have done well,
Whose
so
fault is that
we
then?
can't sack the manager?
But wait, whose fault is that if none of the signings have worked?
That's what I'm saying. It's Ten Hag's fault.
They're giving him excuses, aren't they?
But
That's what Saeed's saying. They're giving him an excuse.
Even to what you said, and even to what you said initially, Saeed, in regards to, maybe they're, what did you state about maybe they're just waiting to see what happens this season or something like that. Like they don't think he's good enough. You know why? Because he tried to replace him. They don't think he's it.
That's what I'm saying.
If they thought he was the guy, they would have showed full faith in him. Again, it just ties back into incompetence. But if they think none of the signings have worked, who signed off on the signings? You was involved in that.
Yeah.
You lot did the dealings with that and gave these signings to this manager. So something has gone wrong. And in regards to them wanting to play good football, myth, you kept Erik ten Hag and your first choice was Thomas Tuchel. None of these two have ever played good football. Never. We've never watched a Thomas Tuchel team and gone, yeah, they playing some great. And Thomas Tuchel, I think, is a good manager and has been successful, yes. But good football is not something you attribute to him. And same with Ten Hag at Ajax. Everyone remembers his first team that he built. When they went to the Bernabeu and get into the... Look at the second team. The second team looks a lot like this in regards to style-wise and profile-wise. It was very workman-like. It was very energetic, full of marathon runners. It wasn't they didn't play silky football. But yeah, incompetence.
Yeah,
the manager's is already telling us that they failed because 6 of his signings were on the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
He's bringing in players he wanted to sell. Eriksen and Maguire, what he'd rid of, and he's playing them. So he's already telling you that they're failing. So I don't understand what's going on. No one knows or seems to have a clue what they're doing at the moment at Manchester United. And people talk about, well, he's trying to figure out the worst thing you can be doing is chopping and changing, especially your back four consistently and changing changing centre backs in the middle of a game. Just lets me know you've lost your head, bro. You've absolutely lost your head. And I'm not surprised there's clips of Rude having a go at him or they're having deep conversation.
Yeah.
Pictures of Casemiro and Rude looking at him like, what the hell is going on? Like, bro, as always, I really didn't think it could get any messier than it actually is. Like, we thought we was past
that's when you know it's bad.
Toxicity. Bro, remember how bad the toxicity of Jose was and of Ollie was? Ollie was really toxic. Ollie was, because Ollie just facilitated the egos and massaged every single player. Like, forget the masseuse, he was on it in the changing room. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just on it, bro. But this to me just seems even more toxic because
it is.
I don't think anyone has a clue what's going on. The players, manager, the board, the coaches, the fans. I don't think anyone's got a clue, and that is, mate. It's only going to get worse as well because the longer they keep him, the longer I think we're sinking. I don't think there's anything.
Is he trying to get sacked
at the moment?
Is he trying to get sacked? You know, playing these players. You know, going on holiday. I mean, he's taking no accountability and responsibility for himself. There, taking on a holiday in the depths of the seasons.
He's never took accountability. It's always someone else's fault.
The thing is, it is. But if he resigns, does he not get the payout? Or if he gets sacked, there has to be like mutual consent.
Yeah, it has to be sacked. Yeah.
That actually does make sense.
Yeah,
like you have to be sacked. It's like, just have the rather than do all this hinting stuff. You're a full grown man. Speak up. Don't hit me with no hints. Let them know. Hey, go to Ineos and go. This is clearly not working out. Let's agree. Let's move on. You lot pay me out, and we keep it stepping. Because this helps nobody. Because all Ten Hag is doing right now is not only is it hurting current him, future him. Who's going to touch him after this in regards to another football club? Who's going to go, Ten Hag's the guy that I need to get into my football club? Before, there was a point where I think, all right, you can rebuild after this. I think it's gotten to the point already. I think it's happened. I don't think Dutch teams are looking at you anymore. No. I don't think you can go to a mid-table Dutch team right now.
No.
I think you're going to go the way of Ollie. You still can't get a job.
You still can't get a job. Trust me. Like, you know what? It's actually true, you know. Like, he actually won't get a job after this, man, because of the way when you look at his CV, yeah, cool, he's got 2 trophies, but the manner in the results, man. He's been exposed after Ajax in a league where Ronald de Boer won flipping trophies, man. Them Ronald de Boer won more
leagues.
trophies than Ten Hag, and yet when he came to the Premier League, what happened?
Sacked
got
after 4 games. 4 games, bro.
4 games, and Ronald de Boer's never been seen. You know the ones there, bro. So we've seen managers that have been humbled and just been, yo, you ain't seen again, mate. You know the ones there, because that scarring at United is a big scar, because you're one of the biggest clubs in the world, yeah. So you best believe, yeah, like, yo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you best believe the attention's gonna be on you. People are gonna watch you. They're like, nah, you know what you did at United, you killed them, man. You killed them, bro.
It followed Moyes around for a long time, didn't it? And I think a few jobs after the United one, Moyes really struggled a few jobs after the United one, until, you know, he kind of landed on his feet at West Ham. And, you know, the nice part of me says I'm happy that he managed to get a bit of success after United, because he was never good enough. He should never have got the job.
Never got the job. He was set up from the the beginning. He's one of them where, you know, where you lie on your CV and then they throw you in at the deep end. That's what that was with Moyes, and that he should have never been in this position or situation to be manager at Manchester United.
No, never.
It's crazy. It's
Big
crazy.
up the lost poet. Most clean sheets in the league. The defense is as bad as people make out. The mid and forwards is the worry. We need to buy more Premier League players. I mean, you spent 600 million, my friend. Lost poet. I think you're lost right now. I can't lie, man. Lost poet is, you're moving lost right now, bro. We spent.
There wasn't one rhyme scheme in there either, mate. What kind of poet are you? Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say, the defense isn't that bad. Defense isn't that bad. Did they not watch us against Porto, against Spurs, against Liverpool? Did they not watch, like, what we're talking about? No. To see the 3 goals in each.
Listen, man, that Onana thingy, that goal. What did he get? The Golden Glove or something? Goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. That doesn't tell you everything you need to know, because, boy, we ain't scoring goals, man. Like, I'd rather concede knowing that we won the game 3-1, 4-1. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody cares about 0-0 clean sheets, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Or scraping 1-0s, man. We need to be winning with style, bro. The fact that we've got 1 goal in the Premier League, like, and against Brentford team, who, let's be honest, man, them, like, that's gonna be a tough game. I mean, let's just look at our Man United's fixtures coming up.
Scored the same amount of goals in 1 game we scored all season. What does that tell you?
What are we talking about? Like, the people need to realize how bad we are. What was it? 4 teams across the top 5 European leagues have scored. Only 4 teams have scored less than us, and people are still backing this.
Say again, do you know what I mean? 4 teams.
4 teams across the 5 leagues in Europe. The 5 top.
You know what, though?
We could
look at this. Look at this. You know what's gonna happen here, guys? Yeah, and this is, I'm just hypothetical. Yeah, we'll probably lose to this Brentford or draw. Yeah, Fenerbahce will lose. West Ham will lose. He'll win this game here. We'll lose till Chelsea. He'll win Powak here. He'll beat Leicester. And then it'll be international break. And then he'll be saving his job. Watch this space. He'll lose to Chelsea. Everybody, are you listening right now? He'll lose to Chelsea. And then he'll win his last 2 games. And okay. And he'll keep his job to December. I'm just figuring everything out right now. I am figuring this all out. He's going to lose. He's going to win his last 2 games before international break. Look, can you see that, guys? Because we have a gap there. And then he'll keep his job again. And that's it. And then it just goes around in circles. And then look at this. He'll get his job again. And then look, Man United, Everton, he may scrape a win there. Back to Real against Arsenal. Nottingham Forest. Then it's a derby. Then it's Wolves. Then it's Newcastle, Liverpool. And then the story continues for United. It's literally like, bro, 1 step forward, 5 steps back. That's what United are going to be, man. And I just can see it happening. I know the script, guys. I know the script.
Yeah, we know the script. It ends in tears. Yeah, you've seen this before.
I know it is. Yeah, maybe we only win them 2 games. That's it.
And like that's what it is. And that's what annoys me so much in regards to this being a platinum opportunity to sack him. Because if you bring in Ruud as an interim or another interim, the games are favorable. We can go on a run and just lift the mood. Like, that's where we're at. We are legit just on the floor in terms of just morale, and in terms of the mood around the place is miserable. None of us want to talk about Manchester United
winning a couple of games
under an interim. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Under him.
Yeah. Under him is Steph.
Someone just said in the chat, the last team we beat was a League One team. I mean,
wow, that's mad. That's crazy.
And that was what? How many weeks ago was that? Fuck, man.
Big up,
Yeah,
man.
but we smashed them 7-0. Do you know what I mean? So we must be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, big up Suji. If Territon asks till till December perform at the same level, at what point is it Ineos and Glazes out? Listen, I can't lie to you. I'm not saying Ineos anymore. They might as well be the Glazes, man. You know what I mean? Because right now, Ineos don't stand for nothing right now. They don't stand for anything. They stand for incompetence. So that's where we're at right now. Ineos don't deserve any sort of
Saeed.
Yeah.
Saeed, you think they could be in a turmoil, in a like mind games going on? Like the reason why Ineos and Ratcliffe don't want to sack him is because the Glazers are there, sat there looking at him, going, "Look, we sacked him. They've been sacked under us." Do you know what I mean? All this idea of new ownership, taking us
That's
forward.
What I'm saying. Yeah. Like, maybe they don't want to be like them, but then it's like you're being like them because you're now being incompetent. One of the biggest things that we said about the Glazers is that they were incompetent. They just didn't know when to make decisions at the right time, or when to listen to fans, when to be a serious club. Like, bro, like them man didn't know when to do that, bro. And we cooked Edward, we cooked all of these guys. But yet these guys have come in, they know what's the problem. Like Double A said, they're here since last February, not this February, the last February, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They've been here for a hot minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like they know what to do. They've seen us decline. They've seen. It's not as if they've come in and been like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, man, I need to give him a bit of time, man. Maybe we could help out, bro." You've literally helped out, man. You've given him what he wants, and it hasn't worked out. Just take it, own it, and that's it. That's it. Just take it, accept it, and that's it. But I don't see that happening. So you know what? That's me. I'm just vibes to the end of the season, bro. And I know it might be bad vibes, but I'm just. My body's here.
There's not even no vibes though, because there's nothing to look forward to. Like in Family Guy when they have the character Death just walking around. That's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? Then you see Family Guy, they just got Death and he's just walking around. That's what it legit feels like. There's nothing to. You say vibes. We don't even have a player. We go and look at it. We go, all right, at least you're gonna give us something like some step overs. You know what I'm saying? Show us some flair on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Try take on 3-4 man and crash the ball attempt to crash the ball top bins from 25 yards out. We got nothing. The teams like him, just death. There's just nothing going on. It's just absolute, just morgue settings. It's like a wake, like watching us, and we just watch the same thing over and over again. And the crazy part is results don't even matter. Whether we get good results or not, it doesn't change anything long term because you just got death in the dugout. We actually got two decent results on paper, Villa and Porto, but the performances don't match. And then you think about all the games before that. You think of all the stats and all the records he's broke just this season alone. And then you're like, all right, surely you get sacked. And then you just got, it's just miserable. That's what it is, man. It's just plain old, it's just misery. It really is, man. There's just nothing.
And we ain't got the players to say, I'm him. You know what I mean? You don't normally in these kind of shitty situations, You get
at least on the Ollie, it's like as bad as it was, we had attacking players that you could do so.
The Green was
played, Greenwood's there, Martial's there, Rashford before this, Bruno before he absolutely fell off a cliff. There was something going forward. Even before when we had the likes of Cavani, there's been a Zlatan. There's
even
been players
Cavani, bro, to get us out of a rock.
From an individual standpoint, you look at it, there's attacking players.
Mad, when you do
our attack is just declined to the point we're looking at Diallo, save us. That's what it is. It's Diallo save us.
That's crazy,
And then he can't even get on the pitch. Def even takes that little bit of happiness away. You know what I'm saying? That he don't even play. The one player we all go, should definitely play without doubt. The one attacking player, the one person we rarely criticize because he performs to a good level. He'll drop him.
We got players tweeting about, look at my celebration and that. It's mad.
Again, lack of self-awareness, man.
Or even Bruno Fernandes talking about, he doesn't want to, he thinks that, club football is the same and Eriksen's now leaving and it's like everybody's complaining that they got to be at United.
What was the Bruno comments? What did he say on international?
I think he just said something about it's different. It's different. What did he say? Something about the way football is club football and the way, international football.
It's kind of been like that since you've been here, mate. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you think. It's kind of like, just again, but no accountability from these players, no self-awareness from these players. They not only show their lack of self-awareness on the pitch, they also show it off the pitch. You're our captain who's chucking it in, trying to miss games on purpose, but people ain't ready for that conversation. But hey,
Yeah. No, 100%. I think for me, it's like I think the biggest kind of burden I know that we have is like, you know, we don't have players that can get us out of a rut. Like that's what, you know, and I think that's what happened with David Moyes as well, you know, like he just couldn't get players to get him out of the rut. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they weren't playing for him.
We had leaders, and we ain't got no leaders now, bro.
Yeah, and at least
with
Moyes is
you don't need leaders. Look at the rest of the league. The rest of the league are playing. We're one of the worst playing sides in the league. Do you know what I mean? Like,
we need leaders, bro. We need leaders.
Yeah,
we need people that take the
at this moment, no, Double A. The standards are horrendous. There's nothing at all from the management. There's no unity there. Do you know what I mean? The tactical substitutions. I mean, just everything stems from the manager. We can look at the players and that, but they're better than this. Like, they're better than 14.
Sure.
Yeah,
I agree with that, but there's also a point of it gets to a point where, regardless of what the manager's telling you, you can't tell me that some of these players can't up it to.
Oh yeah, they can
but
definitely.
what Flawless was saying there, it's death walking around. Look at Lisandro Martinez over the last couple of seasons, G'ing everyone up, picking everyone up. You know what I mean, shouting and getting everyone about. This season, he's not been that guy. Do you know what I mean? He's not shown that kind of interest and that kind of passion towards his teammates. He's lost that kind of love for the game.
I think there's something deeper with him. I don't think he's fully recovered from them injuries. Them injuries have had, for me, I've had.
Yeah, but that's not attitude, is it? Does that affect his passion and his desire? I feel like he's just getting depressed. Like, under this manager,
yeah, like we all know,
it affects his level. It affects his level. It affects his level. And
depression.
I don't get me wrong, Ash. I fully agree with what you're saying, because it's about environment. Like, you look at every player.
It's about environment.
You look at every player that goes on international duty, absolutely living the best life. They're all performing. Yeah. The people in the chat now, Bruno's playing. It's Poland, but Bruno's playing brilliant for Portugal. Oh yeah, of course he is. He ain't got death walking around the corridors of Old Trafford, just absolutely stinking out the guy. Sancho, Sancho couldn't
from Harry Potter, man.
Touch on Sancho again. I never saw him doing what he's doing at Chelsea, because the player that but then you have to realize the clouds that form over Old Trafford really are sprinkling poisonous rain down on, flooding the pitch as it's flooded already. Facts. People talk about McTominay, but McTominay is just simply a case of, again, it is a happy environment. It's a place where he's wanted. You talk about, Conte coming out talking great about him, the players talking great about him. And he's never going to do that in the Premier League. He'll never play how he's playing in the Premier League as you can in Serie A, because it's not the same level. As much as I do love, Serie A, it's not the same level. But
it's not.
Every player that walks out of Old Trafford and goes is happy, and it's a culmination of everything. And as much as I can't throw it all on the manager, because the players have to hold responsibility to represent the shirt and give everything. And if this is their everything that they're giving, then they all need to go. I don't care who you are. You all need to go.
All need to go. 100%.
And even with that, with the players, because people will say, I know the comment section open, it's not all the manager's fault. The players also have to be held accountable. Yes, they do. Should the players be doing better? Absolutely. But are the players being given the best environment and the best instructions and we've all been at jobs where we are not being given the best equipment, the best environment to succeed. Word. You don't care. Should they be? See, Saeed there reminiscing about that terrible job that he had now. You can see his face right there. We've all been there. See, I've been there where I'm just like, I don't want to be here as it is. And you don't have the cheek not even to try and help me produce at my best. So with that, who signed these players as well? That's what we have to look at. That's why I don't hear when people say, it's the same players who got the manager sacked previously. Nonsense. Everybody is here. It's his third season. Everybody who's here, he wants here. Because we've seen what happened with Sancho. We've seen it. Everybody he signed, co-signed, or gave a new deal to. Every player. Who's
longer than 3 years, it feels longer than 3 years.
It feels like 3 years. It's like a bad relationship.
It's 3 years.
It feels like it feels.
It's not even 2.5
that way.
It feels longer. Yeah,
it's like a bad relationship. It's like, you lot were only together for 6 months. It feels like 2.5 years. That's what it's like with this. That's what it is.
It's actually mad,
Look how we are, because it's just the depression settings. It is, and you see it. Ash mentioned it. Like, Martinez used to be G'ing players up, and used to be like, they used to be fight. What happened when we used to do the Vamos thing when their man was defending? Remember that?
Remember the Vamos thing? Moran and Martinez at Dalot.
Or clapping hands and all that when we was making blocks and all them things there. What happened to that? Man. Just
Now
walking
it's
around.
just-
It's like Death Eaters
yo.
from Harry Potter, man. Just walking around corridors, man.
This manager in his ankle socks, man. Do you know what I mean? And his short pants. It's just like you look at him and what we're doing here.
Swag. No swag.
Like, look him on the sideline. The guy, he needs a tailor or something. Do you know what I mean? Like what we're doing. You know what it's like? It's like working the crew on a ship. Do you know what I mean? And your captain keeps running you into rocks. Do you know what I mean? And running you into the storms. Do you know what I mean? And what are you gonna do? You're not gonna turn up. You're gonna be like, lads, you see this guy's setting us on course for disaster here. You know what I mean? How are we turning up here, boys? Let's kind of like not put in a shift today. Let's hope we don't run into danger. And that's what they like. That's the mode they're on at the moment. They just don't want to get involved.
They don't. Big up Sujman says if Everton and Leicester win, United lose, there will be 50 only by goal difference. I didn't realize it was that bad. Is that actually true? Let me check the details.
It's that bad. It is that bad.
That is mad. I can't lie. That right there is crazy. You know what I mean, bro? Yeah, if they win, yeah, it's true. 9 points. And then 8, and then man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Ipswich Town, obviously they play Everton, so one team's gotta win. So
look at that record.
This is crazy.
One winning 5 is mental.
It's disgusting.
It's 5 goals in every game. Minus 3 goal difference. Hey, man, all jokes aside, serious question. When are we getting to positive goal difference again?
I said never. We went on 0, we went back down. Never.
Still getting them 80 goals, all Saeed, yeah?
No, I didn't say 80. That was Ash. I said 70.
I don't remember saying that. That's on you.
Yo, he threw you under that bus so quick.
That stream was wild, man. I swear down, bro.
Listen, you're hoping a minute. Do you know what I mean? You got to get behind your team and that. And
I need to go revisit that stream because I know the comments afterwards was wild. I've not seen them. I'm gonna go check the stream, the comments after. Big up to you,
check the comments again, man. Like, bro.
Yeah, I know them comments is crazy. I might do it during next international break. Go and check them comments back. I might do so.
Even me thinking United would finish 3rd, and I said, "F reality."
Yo, you were adamant we would finish 3rd. I said, yo, he was going, no. We could definitely finish 3rd with this squad. Yeah, but not with this manager. Not with this manager.
And you know what? That is reason why this manager kills all hope, bro. He kills all hope and anything.
Deaf Saeed, man. He's literally deaf from anyone who's seen Family Guy and deaf as the character. That's him.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Does anyone watch any of his press conferences anymore? Do you ever watch?
Never.
I used to enjoy that. Do you know what I mean? I used to enjoy it back in the day watching.
I never enjoyed it.
No, not his. I'm talking about just watching the manager's press conference. Do you know what I mean? You listen to LVG, you listen to Mourinho and that. You listen to you get hyped listening to the.
Yeah,
Ollie was okay. He kind of picked you up. He was nice. He was a bit cuddly, weren't he? But he was never serious.
He'd never say anything tactical. He couldn't tell you anything about the game. It was always just like niceties and fed lines. He couldn't ever tell you anything insight into the actual game, which led you to believe he knew fuck all anyway. So, mate, after Mourinho, because Mourinho was obviously box office, I was done in terms of. I can't listen to this man speak, bro. He bores the life out of himself.
Imagine them working for it. Imagine every day, AA, every single day, 3 hours a day, and it's team meetings, an hour and a half in a team meeting, like, get down the wing,
Do you ever see the videos of him walking with players and the players are laughing? I just imagine they're going, "Get your hands off me, you absolute
bro!" It's mad.
Get your hands off me.
It's actually crazy, when you're deep in yeah, get your hands off me.
Did you see that video with Agate when Agate signed and it was just awkward as hell? And
I know it is.
I'm just like, bro, what? You have no personality, bro. I've never
injured, man.
I never thought I could see the color beige in human form, but that's what Ten Hag is. It's just beige, bro.
And now we have to watch flipping Lindelof play right back, guys.
I think Lindelof will be left back. I think he'll put Delo back to right back. Because, like I said, I keep saying to you, I feel so sorry for Delo because he was our best player last season in a cesspool of shit.
Are you sure? Where did Lindelof play against Aston Villa then?
He went on right back.
But I think starting a game because he did play Lindelof left back last season. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that was when we were in dire. Like, come on, man.
But I think he needs that one fullback to go fully bang down the wing. Because Masvidal can't do it, obviously.
Is Evans injured? Evans okay? Is Evans injured?
I think Evans is fine, isn't he?
Well, hopefully he's all right. We're going to need him. We'll need Johnny Evans.
I think he's fine.
I can't lie, man. This is crazy.
Play Anthony left back. No, he'll kick off again. What's the point? He's just having a argument.
Man. No Anthony, mate. No Anthony.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Big up Tariq, man. Big up, I said. My brother say you got scammed by Ineos. As a Liverpool fan, I'm glad you didn't get the Qatari. Big up, lads. Bro, Qatar, man. I swear. You know, everyone here was Qatar anyway. Like, no one's going to say they weren't in it.
I want Qatar. I was full sail only. That's what I was.
Yeah, you were. But they were full sail only, though.
That's what I mean. So I just wanted a full sail. So whoever it was that was offering a full sail, that was me.
And there's a reason why this brother didn't have a full sail, man. Because he went about that life. He was half-hearted with everything. There's a reason why he didn't go half full sail, man. Let's be honest, man. Them. One wanted to say, you know what? I'm gonna create a dynasty. One said, I'm half-hearted. I'm just, you know.
Yeah. I'm
not
happy to go.
It's my full priority. I'm gonna use this as a little, you know, commodity or whatever it is. I'm building a new stadium. I might do a lifelong dream of build, because it might be a dream for this brother, bro. You might just be like, you know what?
Well, it's a dream for him and a nightmare for all of us. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Absolute nightmare.
Do you know what? Yeah, like
I thought I'd have more hands-on. I thought I'd have a little bit more. I thought we'd see him a little bit more often. You know, all the talk about being a United fan and all that. I thought we'd see him more often. At Old Trafford, a little bit more hands-on.
I'd rather
not, but I just expect it. Just the way he spoke about it, the way he talked, like, you know, a dream of ownership and all that. You know, something that he's wanted from being a kid and all that. I just thought I'd expect to see him a little bit more often rather than showing up at just at the games against Liverpool and Aston Villa and that.
Do you know, I obviously know he's not yet, but it kind of makes me think he's a bad businessman, because how do you go into wanting to buy 100% of something? You go into it trying to haggle the price down. These man haggled his percentage down to 25%. He wanted 100%, realized he couldn't afford it. Then it was 75, then it was 50. How did you get it down to 25%, bro? That just lets me know maybe you're not that good at business. But I don't trust him. I've not trusted him.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him, bro. I swear down, bro. I don't trust that brother.
It's crazy, mate. It's
full
crazy,
sale was the one, like I said to you. But you know what it is, bro? What happened was xenophobia came in it, and the media didn't like, it didn't. Well, it didn't exist. All these rumors about it didn't exist. It's not real. No, AI and all that, bro. But then now the same media can't get a sniff out of these new ownership. Have you noticed? Like, they're making up daft reports. They don't know what's going on. Like, these man thought, you know what? If we get Jim Ratcliffe, he's going to tell us a lot about what's going on. But they don't know anyway. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing, bro. They're not getting nothing from them. So you man lost. Instead of hating on and making hate articles about Qatar, you man ain't getting shit, fam. You know? So hold that. You know? Hold that. I generally hold that, because them man really thought, that if they get Jim Ratcliffe, they're going to get some sort of, like, access or whatever. You ain't getting shit. That's why every single player reporter now is literally, they don't know what's going on. They don't know. They're just writing kind of articles of like this may happen, that may happen. You're covering every sort of possible outcome. That's all they're doing. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So
one thing with Jim Ratcliffe as well, because and similar sort of lines that Ashley's talking about in terms of Ten Hag and inspiration and getting behind a message and getting behind a man. Obviously, Jim Glazer. I forever call him that. Jim Ratcliffe.
Yeah, Jim Glazer's a shout. Where did Ineos end and the Glazers begin, man? It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
So Jim Glazer is obviously, for me, he can't get enough of the media now. He's in Manchester United's in the boardroom. Has he said anything? Have you watched any of his interviews? Has he said anything that makes you think, wow, he really gets it? He really wants us back?
No, he doesn't, bro.
No, he's not inspiring at all.
Bro, listen, let's be honest. Every interview, like, you guys have seen, like, bro, what's he said that's anything that's like, wow? Did anyone know? Anything?
The only thing I ever listen to, and I prick my ear up, and the one thing I'll always hold them against is best in class. Because now you've tied that noose around your own neck. So when things aren't best in class, you've only got yourself to blame. So keeping his manager, you've only got yourself to blame. You're allowing the standards to slip even further. 14th in the league, 5 goals scored, not best in class, mate. So that's why you have to keep your foot on the neck of these owners, mate. Because let's not forget, the reason why he's in this, and he can come out and say, "I'm not in it to make money," but it's bollocks.
No, you know what the reason why he's in it?
Bollocks.
The reason why he's in it is he spent billions to get an audience with Sir Alex and Gary Neville. Do you know what I mean? That's all it was. He just wants their company. That's, you know, just to have them on in his phone book. Do you know what I mean? To be able to call them whenever he wants. That's the only reason. I'm telling you, because I mean, what's Gary Neville doing in, you know? Involved here. It's madness to witness. I mean, football wise, managerial wise, you know, ownership wise, he's been horrendous for Salford. Other than just pumping money at it, you know, you look at what he did at Valencia. That was poor. Okay, he has his good moments on Sky, but generally, actually in the game, managerial. That's not him. That's just never been him. Do you know what I mean?
You say poor, but he only got a better record than Ten Hag right now.
Who's that?
Gary Neville's got a better record than Ten
Hag.
I
know. Bro. But you know what's bad? He tried to buy Chelsea and failed. He tried to buy Barcelona and failed, bro. This brother's a failure, you know, when you deep it, man. Them. Like, what's he done?
He just wanted to buy.
What's he done? Like, can someone tell me what his Mercedes team, are they doing anything right now? Anyone find a Formula One?
They went down, didn't they? The same with the cycling fell off a cliff.
I seen someone trying to defend him on Nice the other day, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, but Nice have never been that team because Nice have never really done anything, or Nice have never really been that team." What are you buying them for then? Are you buying them just to have them, or are you buying them to make them the best and to compete and to get into Champions League and push PSG? You might not win the league in Liga because of the money that PSG have got. But are you not looking to push them and actually challenge and be a team that are proud to be in that league? Because to me, it looks like it was never that. So what record are you coming into this club with that is failing and needs to be revitalized and rejuvenated?
Look what Dante said. Dante.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Dante.
Bro, he blew him up. So
blew him up.
What record have you got to prove to us in a football way that you can get us back onto the top table? Because nothing suggests that you ever were, and again, it just goes what I'm saying. Like, there always have to be one eye on them, because I don't think they've got the best interest of the footballing side at heart for me. It doesn't look that way. And I say, you know, it might be early days, but from the evidence that's being presented for me, it's, you know, it's two steps forward, 3 back at the moment.
3 back.
So listen, we just need a breaking news for it to all change, though. Do you know what I mean? That's all we need. We need one breaking news, the man sacked, and then
we need two,
the
really,
right appointment.
Yeah, one sacked and one who's coming in. It's two. It's two for me.
Well, what about this manager here? He went to the Champions League final with Dortmund. He nearly won the league title with them. Last day, he bottled it. Let's be honest, man. Ed, is it? Yeah, Ed had
a lot of problems internally, didn't they? With like Hummels and the rest of them, didn't they?
Yeah,
apparently with a lot of players. He had a few issues with players, and he was a little bit. And apparently that was one of the reasons why we weren't fully sold on Tuchel, was because of his, you know, his issues with ownership and board and stuff. So I don't know, I can't see that. I think he's decent. You know, he played well with the team that he had. You know, having full Krug and Sancho, and that we saw that game against PSG in the semi-final. But league form, you know, it wasn't up to a level that you would have expected for Dortmund. For me, I feel like you've got to be aiming a little bit higher. You know, it feels like a sideward step.
Is that too cool? But do you know what? I said this the other day again. It was on Adam's channel. Yeah, like, and it fits in with what we're saying about Ten Hag. Like, of all the times I've ever heard Ten Hag speak, and it's that I don't think he gets it. I don't think he can, you know, articulate exactly how big the job is, how big of a privilege it is, how much he knows about the club and the stature and the need for us to be fighting on all fronts. Have you ever watched that interview that Tuchel did with TNT when United were playing Bayern?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Bro, he gets it. He fully got everything about Manchester United. And bro, how is an opposing manager coming into your stadium, sitting in the seats, telling you how big the job is, bro? Like, I watch it and I was like, bro, he gets it. He fully gets it. And as much as you might hate on him, right, to manage PSG, Dortmund, Bayern Munich, not everyone gets to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? And some of them you could say, and Chelsea as well, sorry, some of them have been a culmination of not just his fault, but some of the clubs have been going through turbulent times. You know, Bayern Munich have been going through a turbulent time last couple of seasons, you know, getting rid of Nagelsmann, it not working out with Tuchel. They've got company now, but even I think it's getting a little bit rocky there at the moment. You know, Chelsea is always it's been a rocky road for a number of years. They hire and sack all the time. And PSG, it's always about the Champions League. And, you know, he almost did it. Of all the managers they've had, he was the one that almost got him to the promised land against Bayern Munich. So I like him. Is he a project manager that's going to be there 3-4 years and build everything? Probably not. Could he be something for 2 years? And I've been against this, getting someone in for a couple of years to steady the ship and get us potentially back up.
Yeah.
At this moment in time, mate, I don't see why we shouldn't go for it. And if it is him, I'd be. It won't be my first, second, or third choice. But if it was the only thing we could do to steady this season and try and get us competing on any level and out of the crap we're in, I'd take Tommy T. I would.
Yeah, I'd take Tuchel. I won't have that Terzic at Dortmund. That's
Terzic.
I won't have him. I'd have Tuchel.
We you know what it is. Once we get rid of this manager, that's when they can do whatever they want in terms of sacking, hiring. Like that's when they'll realize, yo, we can sack a manager, guys. Like just get rid of this manager and then let me deal with what the consequences are. I think everybody's ready for that. Everybody's ready to deal with the consequence after, as long as it's not Southgate. But he's ruled himself out, so we don't need to talk about Southgate. But anyone after that, we can deal with it after. It cannot surely be worse than what we're seeing right now. It cannot be. You know what I mean? Because we've seen right now we're 14th, 8th, minus this goal. It cannot be surely any worse than that. So go and change this manager, and we then can deal with the consequences after.
But when is enough? When is enough in their eyes? When do they call it? That's my biggest concern now. Is
maybe it's a Brentford game.
So they're literally gonna wait. We say we lose to Brentford 2-0, and it's then they go, all right, let's now pull the plug. Is that what this is?
You wasted a whole 2-week period where you could have bled in another manager, done all the press conferences, done all the kind of,
interim, and then that's what don't make no sense is the fact that you could sack him, have Ruder's interim, and then that gives you ample time and to go and find the next manager in the summer. You're under no pressure whatsoever at that point because everyone understands the process you're in. All right, we sacked him, Rude's here till the end of the season. We're now gonna go and look and approach the next manager, and that gives you so long to then get the process, like you mentioned there, bedding them in. Then you can have conversations. Okay, this is the way we're gonna play. These are the players who are currently in the squad we're gonna keep. This is what we're gonna sell. This is what we need improvement wise. Whereas again, basics 101, and they failed to do it because of the incompetence. So let's say it is Brentford. I personally don't think it will be Brentford. I don't know when it will be. I was convinced he gets sacked this international break. I didn't think we'd do the show and he'd still be in charge. That's even surprised me. Again, ties back into my expectations were low, but holy fuck, that's where I'm at now with Ineos.
Yeah,
I can put nothing past you anymore. Yeah, go on.
I remember a story in the summer that they actually said there was actually no criteria he had to hit this season. It was kind of like a free run, and that ties into what Terry said that maybe they're writing the season off. Let's just get everything this season, bed everything in, and we go from there. But personally, for me, I think, and it'll be in January if we don't qualify in Europa, or if we don't even get the playoff, and if we get the playoff, it's bad. To be honest with you, with the games we've got, but if we don't get through in Europa, and let's be honest, the league form I think is going to continue to suffer. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near Champions League. So if Europe is off the table, I think that's when they might look at pulling the plug. I don't see any urgency from them. I don't see anything that's making me think that we're in a dire situation. I think they're all too calm with everything. And listen, it's such a weird picture of the 6-7 of them sat at Villa like some crap,
it's weird, isn't it?
Remake of Goodfellas. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, none of them look really like. They don't look happy, but they're not like you don't think.
They're very relaxed about the situation.
Yeah. He doesn't look in trouble at all.
Yeah,
I think my worst fear is that he gets the season, but at the end, I can't rule anything out. I generally can't rule anything out because the fact they kept him, and I'll always come back to that. The fact they kept him after last season lets me know that nothing's off the table with these guys.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. We move. When do they come back to training, by the way? Because there's no England games, is it? But then again, there's other games for
Argentina play like Wednesday to Thursday night.
There's Nations League games Tuesday. Yeah, there's Nations League games Tuesday.
South America, not like
South America. I think they get. I know Brazil play Wednesday morning, so they'll be like Wednesday, Thursday morning.
Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. So Argentina play when? Let me see Argentina's fixtures.
Why are you looking, Saeed? Let me speak. They've got the blueprint out there though to what it takes to get a manager in and how it works to be a club. I've said it many times about Bayern, Barca, Juve, the rest of them and all that. But what they're doing right now is by saying we've not got a right man or we can't find our right man, they're putting pressure on the next man by saying, well, we're doing all this research, all this kind of analysis to know that when we do get this guy, this is definitely gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the man that's gonna take us forward, rather than just going, okay, well, right now, Ten Hag's not the man. Let's move this guy. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, right, we move again. And we move again. Similar to what Bayern do. Similar to what Barca do. Similar to what so many teams have done. Because you look in the Premier League history. You look at Ranieri, won his league title first year at Leicester. You look at Conte. You look at Mourinho. You look at Wenger. You look at many managers in this league. Within the first 2 years, they're winning league titles. They're not taking 4 or 5 years to win league titles. It doesn't happen. You can say the same in Barcelona. You can say the same at Real Madrid and the other clubs that I mentioned. It's not this model of like long termism. It's not the model. It's not the model it's not the one, the blueprint that wins for top clubs, big institutions. And it's there for them to see. Yet they're ignoring it. They're not paying attention to it. They're taking the outlier, the one that doesn't seem to work too often. And it's the amount of pressure they're putting on themselves and the next manager. It's mad.
It's mad. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. We've not hit 700 likes yet. We're on 660. So we need 40 likes, guys. We need 40 likes to 700. That would be amazing. Is it setback? We bounce back. Ten Hag speaking there. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, man. Let's see. I'm just saying, people, just carry on with your day, man, and just man. Don't let United stress you, man. You know, until you get to match day, and then maybe you could do whatever.
Saeed, you had a wrong messenger for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I'm surprised you're not still at the car park. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you can beat me now.
Be back there Saturday. Back there Saturday. Yeah.
Next Saturday, 3 p.m. Raining.
Pull up to the car park. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna
see if it's raining next Saturday. Can I check now?
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be raining.
Oh yeah, raining on Saturday.
Manchester in mid-October, is it going to be raining? Chances are, yes.
I'll bring my umbrella.
Sunny.
Just in case, man. Bring your double A. Double A. Bring the umbrella just in case.
If I'm needed to film again. Yeah.
It's long, man. It's long. But listen, people, big up to you lot. Like I said to you, for joining us on a Sunday evening. You could be doing other things, but you came to join us on this show. Big up to you lot. Ash, lovely as usual for coming on. Make sure you're following Ash Meppers on YouTube. The link will be in the description, but it will be in the chat right now as well. So make sure you check him out, people.
Yeah, I appreciate it as always, Saeed and Double A and Flawless. I mean, always a pleasure. I wish it was better times. I wish we was talking about United, you know, in being much more prosperous. But here we are. It just is what it is. But at least we got the show on the Sunday, you know, a little bit of respite, a little bit of therapy and that. So I'll take it. You see me on YouTube, on Twitch. I've been doing a lot of Twitch, back on Twitch again lately. So you can catch me there daily from about 2 o'clock. But I appreciate the chat joining as always. Make sure you hit those likes and we'll do it again.
Yeah, definitely, man. Double A, make sure you follow him, people. Links in the chat as well now, people. Make sure you follow him, people. We say Double A.
Yeah, man. Appreciate being obviously back. Missed last week, which wasn't ideal, but you know, it is what it is. But always appreciate being on the channel, bro. Obviously, big up Saeed every time. 120k nearly, bro, is crazy.
Woo! Let's go. Almost on 120. Let's go, man. Yes,
I love that.
Moving expeditiously. I love that deserve. For real.
100%. So yeah, make sure people get him over that 120 mark. It's sick. Ash, my twin, obviously. Go on, mate. What are you gonna say, Ash?
I was gonna say, you know, it's 120k, but really it's thousands more than that because the amount of communities that Saeed's building. Do you know what I mean? The amount he's lifting up, it's tens of thousands more. Do you know what I mean? Because like I said, you know, it's that old saying: a rising tide lift all ships. Do you know what I mean? And Saeed's that tide. Do you know what I mean? He's lifting us all.
Yeah, for sure. Man. Big up the twin, Ash. Obviously, my hype man. Flawless. Yeah, FCAA on YouTube, on Twitter and Instagram as well, FCAA, but FCAA on YouTube, I think on 660 subscribers. I'm getting closer to 1,000. I think I got like 100.
At the end of the year, we need to be on that, man.
Yeah. I got like 100 in a couple of days after the Spurs video.
Hey, vlogged it all right though, didn't it?
Yeah, the last two got like
Look at that.
33k views between them both. So that's not too
Jeez, come on.
bad.
Have your graph, man. Have your graph. Come on, man.
Yeah, you can talk, bro. Do you know what I mean? You got a silver plaque on the way. I knew the second episode of Winner Stays On is out tomorrow. So go check that out. That'll be about 12 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. But yeah, man, get me over. If you can get me over 700 tonight, 40 views, go over to the channel right now. Saeed's put it in there.
Come on.
Go subscribe. 40 views doing that will make my Sunday. So yeah, man, big up to each and every one of you. And I hope you all have a good week. Obviously, the best chat on YouTube as well. Come on.
Yeah, big up, man. And we are going to be redirected to Flawless right now. It's going to be live. Let them know what you got coming up, bro.
Love, man. But first and foremost, big up for having me on the show. As always, big up Double A, big up our shouts to the chat as well. Like I said, as bad as Manchester United are, we will be back again, like at a better state. And, you know, Manchester United won't be bad forever. It just feels forever. And then that's when the show will be really good. Like, you know, look how shameless and annoying we are with Manchester United being bad. Don't let us get to winning league titles and that, because we will be unbearable. Oh, absolutely unbearable.
They don't
And it will happen. And it will happen. It just feels that it's a way away, but it will happen at some point. But big up for having me as always, Saeed, as well. You lot, make sure you subscribe to all the man them also. Coming up, sports Q&A. So it'll be the sports Q&A first and foremost. I'll just be myself, my panelists answering questions from the chat, more so on the international break, but any other questions you lot have. And then following that, Premier League podcast, Yardman edition. You lot know, shout out to my guys, Lex and Kaneki is always hilarious with those two. So we'll just be just recapping the Premier League, and that'll be straight after the Q&A as well. But subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV YouTube and follow me on Playback, people. Run up the follows and Playback, because you get watch-alongs over there. That's where like Nations League watch-alongs been. NBA's coming back, will be over there. But I do all the Premier League, Champions League, etc. all over there on the Playback. So head over there. But big up, love.
Yeah, man, love people, man. Big up to you lot. And yeah, just keep supporting the channel, people. Keep just helping the people. And yeah, like I said, go ahead over to Flawless's channel, Saeed TV Raid, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.
Big up.